Hey, my name's Noble Assassin, 37, here's Jocelyn Jesus, 24.
Well, that was a great introduction there. Let's,
Thought it was pretty good.
yeah, let's,
the game.
you know, I hear people
Calm
talk
your
like that
nips.
all the time. I mean, you just sounded just like a good Japanese person. I mean, they talk really quick, you know, it's kind of, you gotta follow, like, really fast. I mean, you ever try to talk to them on the phone before? Like,
I have
like,
not.
hello, I'm calling to, renew my credit card. Calling to, renew my credit card, and they're like, yes, what would you like? I have a card. Can you just look up the number? What's the number? 004576. You're going too fast. Okay. 000. Yes. 555. Oh, let me go get my pen. I could totally forget what you're talking about. And have you ever like wondered, like, does people actually look up? Like, do you look up? Let me ask you guys that. Do you look up often? Just answer the question.
Doing what?
Do you look up often?
Look up as in like really what? Like search something?
Like look-ups. If you're just walking normally, do you ever just casually glance upwards?
I do. That's
Not
just
really.
because I'm strange, but still, I do.
Well,
I don't do it.
well, we're all
I did
strange.
today
Zachary.
in the grocery store, actually. I did.
Well,
actually.
you probably had to find something on the top shelf, didn't you?
Nope. I just
Oh
looked
no!
up.
So you just
I was
glanced
just
upwards.
walking with my head up. No, I
Okay.
I held my head up. It was up for a while.
So you just
I
glanced
usually
up.
look
Okay.
down.
Let me tell y'all a story. All right. My brother was playing Batman: Arkham Asylum, right?
That's a fun game.
And he has never played it before. I beat it like 4 or 5 times. And
That guy's got any butt.
and he was get to this part where he had to find an alternate entrance to a building, right? And he's been like circling this building for like an hour, and he comes and gets me, and he's like, Garrett, how do I get in this building? I was like, well, first of all, I had to get up and come see, because you know I didn't know where he was at. And he was like, okay, I've been circling this building, I can't find the alternate entrance. And I looked at it and was like, Kyle, look up. And he looks up, and he's like, oh, hey, that's where I'm supposed to go. I was like, college education, huh?
I don't
So-
think.
So it's like, you know when you're a kid and your mom's like, hey, come help me look for this, or like, can you help me look for this or something? And you like look up on the ceiling, and then you're like, can't find it. You just say, can't find it. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'm just like, hey, can you help me find this? I'm just like, nope, can't find it.
Yep.
All the time, bro.
I'll give it like
Like-
10 seconds. I'll be like, I can't find it. And then
I mean-
she'll be like, okay, I'll come look for it. And she finds it right away. I was like, see? You can come do it.
See. And like, I mean, people like you can't get sick sometimes. Like, you ever like been so busy like during the year or like at some point in your life you're just like I can't get sick, and you're like about to get sick and you're like I can't do it. You know that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all
so
the time.
during the winter this year, I was gonna get sick, and I felt like I was getting sick, and I'm like I can't get sick. I have not got time to get sick, and I really thought about it and like tried not to, and like I wound up like passing it, you know. And I thought to myself, I'm like I would be a terrible doctor. It's like someone comes to me, it's like Dr. Walden, I think I'm getting the flu, and I'm just like, okay, just do that. Just don't do that.
Just
Or,
don't get the flu,
Just
man.
don't do it.
Or be like, Dr. Walden, I think I'm getting cancer, and it's like, I got that. Stop. just give it up. Just
Take
don't
your
do that.
cross. Get out.
But it's like
Damn it.
people confuse me. It's like they say one thing, and it's just like turn around. It's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, what do you? No, I think I'll do this. And like 2 hours later, they call you, and they're like, no, I think I'm gonna do it this way. And I'm sitting here like, you know what? just hire a professional. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm sorry. I have a life to live.
Dang,
like-
it switches spawns on me. Oh my God.
when someone's moving, you know, when someone's like moving to a different house and we're getting our handed to us.
Yes.
Sorry there. I had to make a little comment. If someone's moving, it's like they want to pack as much stuff into the truck, right? As much as they can, 'cause they don't want to make separate trips. So I'm like, okay, I played Tetris when I was a kid, so I can pack stuff together pretty well. Hey, don't you diss Tetris? It helps you out in more ways than you think.
No, I like Tetris.
So I'm packing this one person's truck, and these people have got like a crap ton of money. I'm talking like they were leaving behind like $800,000 worth of furniture just because it wouldn't fit at their house or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not joking either. You think I'm joking? No. These people were like stupid rich. I mean, they were paying me $15 an hour to help move them. Anyways, they were like afraid of the smallest things getting damaged to them. Like, I was hauling out mattresses from their beds, and because they have 2 kids, and they were like, I just barely hit a mattress on the side of a door, and the mom just like starts yelling at me. She's like, "You could have damaged that seal. You could have damaged the mattress." I'm like, it's made of silk. The only thing it's gonna damage is like your ego.
Wow.
She's
I
like
so
complaining.
almost saved this guy.
She's complaining like for an hour to her husband about this, and he comes to me. I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but the mattress ain't gonna do anything." He's like, "Don't worry about it. It's her mother's old mattress."
One time I was with this one guy, and one of my friends, and his mom. We went to this very nice restaurant, and I had said over and over again, "I'm not hungry. I promise I'm not." She ordered chicken tenders for me, but then I didn't eat them. I only took like a bite, and she's like, "Oh, you didn't finish your meal," and she like talks to her husband. She's like, "He didn't finish his meal," and I was like, "What do you expect? I told you I wasn't hungry." She's like, "We'll get a box to go." I was like, "Yeah, right." So I just left the food at their house.
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, I forgot."
I want to try something, but like, you can just ask me like a random question, like doesn't matter what it is, and I'll see if I can answer it. Just any answer. Just go.
What?
Ask a question, just any question.
Okay.
Or you can Google questions.
If you how many? I'm trying to think of a good one here.
Oh, we lost that.
Why am I failing geometry?
Why are you failing geometry? That is a very good question right off the bat. Messy with a great question, everyone. I hope you're paying attention. She thought with her head, and obviously you're not using that noodle to end geometry while you were failing.
Whoa.
Either that, or you have some serious problems. Maybe you need to go consult a doctor. You might
Hello?
some spectacles or.
Yeah, I'll consult you as a doctor, and you can say just don't do that.
Yes. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. I mean, it's basically your diagnosis is just stop failing. That's basically what it all boils down
Alright, the
to.
question I want to ask.
Hey, I'm not done. Hold your horse.
My question is better than yours.
Calm your tits, bro.
Anyways, to finish off, to give you some good advice for why not to fail geometry, it could probably help you at some point in life. I have yet to figure out where, but it could probably help you at some point.
Pythagorean theorem is totally going to help me in life.
So, also, and just to finish things off, don't do drugs, and close your legs and open your heart to Jesus. There you go.
Words of wisdom.
Next.
Close your legs.
Yeah, close your legs.
Close your legs.
Close your legs and open your heart to Jesus. That really goes for praise. You, man.
It's like, close your...
Can I say my question now?
Next question.
Alright, my question was...
Okay, Garrett, I got a question.
Fine. Interrupt me like that.
No,
Wait a minute. Zach's first.
What is your sister's favorite Skittle flavor? Or your brother's, either one.
My sister doesn't really like Skittles, but if I probably had to go flavor, I'll just... My brother?
Who doesn't like Skittles?
Which brother there, bro?
Kyle.
The good-looking one.
The good-looking
Yeah,
one?
Kyle.
None of them are good-looking.
UAV inbound.
Are you
Kyle.
sure? I beg
I
to
mean,
differ. No, I'm
one
kidding,
looks
no.
one looks like the backside of a donkey, and the other one looks like he got ran over by a truck.
The front
several
side
times.
of a donkey.
Answer my question, Kyle. What is his favorite?
His favorite Skittle, it'd probably have to be either lime or cherry. He really likes those two. He can't really boil down two. I mean, it's between red and yellow. It's not like you're going with skin colors here. He prefers the white people, but I really do like blonde. So I could explain like the lemon. I think he really likes. So he's a big blonde person. I'm not really. So that's I think that's what it goes with.
We should all go Rambo style here.
Now my question.
Your question, go on.
It's very thought-provoking.
Very thought-provoking, yes.
And
this is why it took you a while.
What a
yes.
hard
Yes.
game.
Yes.
This is hard to get the crap out of me. Sorry.
Now.
If you had to take acorns and shove them in a squirrel's mouth, how many nuts could you get in his mouth?
Well, are we counting just the acorn, or are we counting mine?
We're counting just the acorn right now.
Oh, just the acorns?
Just the acorn as of now.
Okay, are we talking like just born or fully grown squirrel? What are we talking here?
We're fully grown. Yeah.
Okay,
fully
grown squirrel. Okay, because if you're counting my nuts as well, my nuts. So if we're going to small acorns, well, judging by the size of Zach's balls, probably about 40.
Wow, thanks. Great insult, man.
He would know. He would know.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would know because his mom told me all about it.
Alright,
Okay, that's sort of
when was the last
creepy.
time you talked to her?
Last time I talked to her last night.
Okay,
Snap.
I'll go ask her.
Roasted.
Oh snap.
Go right ahead. And I'm gonna be like, I was talking to Raphael. I wasn't talking to Zach. I'll deny it to the day Jesus comes back.
Definitely
Okay.
Jesus.
Whoa now. I didn't. You heard what I said earlier, didn't you?
No. What?
Oh my
did you
lordy.
say?
Good
Lord Trace
Oh,
knows.
lordy. What did you say earlier? I missed this memo.
Whenever I said, open your heart to Jesus.
Oh, that's right. Well, I wasn't dissing him or anything.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
He was meaning.
I don't understand.
He was meaning his Jesus.
Oh.
Not me, Jesus. I'm not Jesus. Good Lord. I'm Jesus.
Are you serious?
Shuffling his...
Who trapped me in the freaking corner?
That's what I'm going to start saying to people. It's like, oh, shuffling Jesus. I'm like, no, it's shuffling Jesus. I mean,
YOLO.
I'm just like, no, I'm not Jesus. I'm Mexican. I'm just like now white. I'm like, you sound gay. Now what?
That's not funny.
Hey, now this leads up to my second question here, Garrett.
Go on.
If you're a girl
Okay.
and you're straight, does that mean you're gay?
Maybe you're lesbian.
Well,
Because
I
if a
mean,
girl
gay what
is
I
straight and she's gay, that means she would like boys, right?
well, the question is here, you're asking yourself, the girl is straight, she's gay. That is actually a counter negative, so you can't really have both. So you have to either pick one. So technically, if you're saying in, layman's terms, guys that are straight are actually lesbians. So, girls that are straight are actually gay.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you could, you'd have to say that, yeah, the girl's gay, guys are lesbians. I know that's not very thought-provoking. I probably broke the brain. But
Hey, y'all have to pick me up.
the thing is that that's basically what it boils down to. If you really want to think of it that way, it does work, even though most of the gay community probably might get mad at you. But, you know, but they get used to it after a while. They were like back in the 50s.
Hey, back down and invite me.
So,
No.
before y'all get mad thinking I'm racist, don't you think I'm racist over here? If you think I'm racist, then I'm gonna go burn a cross in your front yard.
What? That's stupid.
And I'm not
Messi,
racist. Not
did you
racist
leave
at all.
the game?
I really,
Micah's in the game.
I actually
Zach.
like black people. They're we did a racist video earlier, and I'm serious. I mean, it's kind of like flip-flop. Black people don't like other black people for some odd reason. They act like they do, but whenever it all comes down to it, it's like they're not there for them. Same thing with white people. Whenever a white guy goes to prison, do you see the white people coming to his aid? Mm-mm. Do you see the black guys coming to his aid? See? Kind of flips the other way. So it's like, if you call a black person, you're white. Now, as I like to say, you need to go find some black friends if you're white. If you're a white person. But do not call them your black friends. Because that might ruin the relationship and your life potentially. Just saying. You can say, hey, those are my black friends, and we don't see you for the next 5 years.
And longer.
So, I mean, it could be longer, it could be shorter. I mean, we might find your tombstone next time we see you. We don't know. So, next question. Anyone got a question? I'm here.
Messy, Zach?
Anyone got a question? It could be anything. I mean, come on, Messy actually really thought about hers and asked me about geometry.
I know.
Mine was a
Which I hated
very
with a passion.
thought-provoking question.
What's your favorite flavor of gum?
Flavor of gum. That is actually a very, very difficult question because I have to really think about it. It depends on which product we're talking about. My favorite is 5 gum, if you're talking product. Or the Cocoa Ball, which is peppermint or wintergreen. I don't know. Wintergreen's like called rain. Why it's called rain, I don't know. The only green rain is acid rain. I really don't want that falling on me. So I don't know where they were going with that. I don't know if they were like in France or in Russia at the time when the acid rain was coming down, and they were like, oh, let's go rain. That sounds like it's going to be a good name for a gum.
Okay, I have a better question. That one was
Okay.
so stupid. Okay, you know how some people say that guys are gay if they wear pink? What do you think?
Guys are, they say that guys are gay if they wear pink.
Yeah, some people say that. That pink is a girl
Well,
color,
those
not
are
a
the gay guys
color.
telling you that. And they're just being in denial.
Serious here. Is it okay for guys to wear pink?
Yes, it is perfectly fine for
I
guys to
s-
wear pink.
Okay.
I have seen Shufflin' Jesus wear pink.
I have 5 pink shirts.
That's
I
why
wear them
you
all the
say
time. And it's perfectly fine. If I find a guy that's not wearing pink, it's probably the gay guys that aren't wearing pink. Now, I could be wrong. There are gay guys that wear pink, and I'm not dissing on the gays. Like I said, I have some gay friends, and they are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. But they are also have some of the weirdest values you'll ever meet. I mean, the guy that, like... let's not even go to that story. I'll spare y'all the lecture of that. Keep that in my little brain.
Little.
Hey. Shall we even go to the size of your brain?
It's the size of about a peanut.
And
It's
your
the attention
balls.
span. I have... Hey, man. I got 3 of them.
3 of them?
I'm not like...
What, are you like a
I'm the
gorilla?
opposite of... I'm like opposite of Lance Armstrong.
Opposite of Lance Armstrong. Boy, hey,
He only has
man,
one.
He had cancer. Leave him alone.
He had 1 ball. He has 1 ball.
He had 1 ball, and that came from steroids.
that oxygen blood.
Oxygen blood. Did you just seriously say that?
That's what he had. His
Yes, I
they
know.
had it
I went,
pumped him with an oxygen enriched blood.
You don't want to see me on that stuff. Anyways, anyone got another question? I mean, Messy's pumping them out right here. Come on, boys.
Yeah.
I'm not
Step it
good
up,
with
dude.
questions.
Go on, Zachary.
I can't think of any questions.
I think this needs to be our last question, though.
What?
Just saying.
That's
It's
our
got
last
like a
question.
20-minute video. No, 1 more.
Oh, we
Zach
got.
has to say it though.
Oh,
We have
we're
1
at
more.
20
We
minutes
have time for
already?
1 more question. Yep.
It won't
Boy.
be a good question. I promise.
Why is
It
this
better
guy
be.
using a
Okay, well,
dragon
I have a
flag?
good question.
Go
I've
on.
got a good question.
Go on. Good question. I'm listening.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That is actually a very difficult
dang,
question,
that's a really good
and
one.
I have been contemplating that for a while because that is not the first time I've been asked that question. Because it is actually a very, very complicated question because the woodchuck could be different size from a different woodchuck because they all go to different shapes and sizes. So it could be 5 logs,
What?
it could be 10 logs, it could be 20. I mean, it's like Paul Bunyan chopping up wood here. You got to think of it in the carpenter's terms, climbing trees, you know, making a dam. I mean, it's just like, for example, if you're going to build like a building, you have to have all the supplies, right? And they got to have their wood to build their dams if you're considering a woodchuck. And if you go to a commercial, they throw them into a lake. That is not true. They actually don't do that. That is very stereotypical of woodchucks. And I'm sure they would be calling racist if they actually found them. Obviously, they haven't yet because we haven't heard anything about it. So, I think that was a bit offensive to the woodchucks because I got a call from one. Hey man, it's Paul here, the woodchuck, you know, lives down the street, and he said, I really don't like that Geico commercial. Can you do something about it? I said, yeah. So I went and made the gecko my dinner that night. So that one you're seeing is actually a stunt double. The actual one died. He was fried up. Oh, and his cousins are frogs. They're already gone too.
I was last one to know.
Terrible effort. Regroup and
Anyways,
Well, actually, thinking of this gave me just one last question, Garrett.
okay, go on.
And I'm assuming here that you've heard this song and that most people have heard this song on
Okay.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the meaning of Chocolate Rain?
Chocolate Rain.
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Chocolate
Oh,
Rain,
gosh.
I don't think was meant to be as big of a thing as it is now. Chocolate Rain back in the day, Taze on Day was just starting out, and he was just trying to see if he wanted to be a music guy. I mean, obviously he is now because that's what he's become. But Chocolate Rain could be a number of things. If you look at it, Chocolate Rain, it's first off you might think about black people. Taze on Day is not actually black if you look at him. So he's not black, so it's obviously not about black people. It's kind of a... I thought it was about poop at one time. I don't think that's true, because why a baby would be sleeping while someone else knows about it. I mean, it could be someone on laxatives, you know, that type thing.
Maybe
Anyways.
it really was about Chocolate Rain, which would be...
It could be about Chocolate Rain, which, I mean, would be an awesome phenomenon. If you know me, I'd be
Yeah.
out there with a bowl and, you know, catching some of that Chocolate Rain.
I'd be out there with the billion bowl.
No. I'd be out there with, like, a bucket. A bucket. Me
I'd
catching
be
some
out
of that
there
rain.
with a dumpster. Or a dump truck.
I really want to see you pushing a dumpster out in your yard there, Zachary. Seeing as you don't have a yard, you have a postage stamp, which I could clip in about an hour with scissors. So, back to what I was saying.
You could
Chocolate Rain,
probably do it with a razor blade.
probably not. I bet I could do it with just, like, my toes. Anyway,
With
Chocolate
you,
Rain, hey, don't diss the toes now. They're like razors.
taking control.
Chocolate Rain
Okay, hold on. This
Chocolate
game's
Rain is-
almost over.
Zach, shut up.
Chocolate Rain is left to the interpretation, I think, of the listener, because everybody might interpret it differently from another.
I'm getting off
So,
this.
depends on where you come from.
Okay.
Messy's out. Messy's gotta go.
I gotta
All right,
go
Messi,
after
thanks for
this
talking
game.
to you. We'll see you again next time on the Comedy
Bye.
Hour with Shuffling Jesus.
Bye. Jesus.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you
you very much.
for my green. I have to
And-
go after this game.
Well, thank you all for listening to Comedy Hour with Shuffling Jesus, and I will see you all next time.
Bye-bye. Hey, my name's Noble Assassin, 37, and here's Shuffling Jesus, 24.
Well, that was a great introduction there. Let's,
Thought it was pretty good.
yeah, it's,
That's the game.
you know, I hear people
Call
talk
me your
like that
nips.
all the time. I mean, you just sounded just like a good Japanese person. I mean, they talk really quick, you know, it's kind of, you gotta follow, like, really fast. I mean, you ever try to talk to them on the phone before? Like,
I have
like,
not.
hello, I'm calling to, renew my credit card. calling to renew my credit card, and they're like, yes, what would you like? I have a card. Can you just look up?
Search something?
Like lookups. If you're just walking normally, do you ever just casually glance upwards?
I do. That's
Not
just
really.
because I'm strange, but still, I do.
Well,
I don't do it.
well, we're all
I did
strange,
today in
Zachary.
the grocery store, actually. I did.
Well,
actually.
you probably had to find something on the top shelf, didn't you?
Nope. I just
Oh
looked
no!
up.
So you just
I was
glanced
just
upwards.
walking with my head up. No, I held my head up. It was up for a while.
So you just
I
glanced
usually
up.
look
Okay.
down.
Let me tell y'all a story. All right, my brother was playing Batman: Arkham Asylum, right?
That's a fun game.
And he has never played it before. I beat it like 4 or 5 times. And up the number. What's the number? 00457 You're going too fast. Okay. 0 0 0 0. Yes. 0 0 1 2 3 1 2 3 5 5 5. Oh, let me go get my pen. I could totally forget what you're talking about. And have you ever like wondered, like, does people actually look up? Like, do you look up? Let me ask you guys that. Do you look up often? Just answer the
Do we
question.
what?
Do you look up often?
Look up as in
not
like
really.
what?
Like,
It's like,
Counter UAV is on.
like, you know when you're a kid and your mom's like, hey, come help me look for this, or like, can you help me look for this or something, and you like look up on the ceiling and then you're like, can't find it. You just say can't find it. I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'm just like, hey, can you help me find this? I'm just like, nope, can't find it.
yep.
All the time, bro.
I'll give it like
Like-
10 seconds. I'll be like, I can't find it. And then
I mean-
she'll be like, okay, I'll come look for it. And she finds it right away. I was like, see? You can come do it.
See. And like, I mean, people like you can't get sick sometimes. Like, you ever like been so busy like during the year or like at some point in your life you're just like I can't get sick, and you're like about to get sick and you're like I can't do it.
That guy's got any butt.
And he was get to this part where he had to find an alternate entrance to a building, right? And he's been like circling this building for like an hour, and he comes and gets me and he's like, Garrett, how do I get in this building? I was like, look, first of all I had to get up and come see, because you know I didn't know where he was at. And he was like, okay, I've been circling this building, I can't find the alternate entrance. And I looked at it and was like, Kyle, look up. And he looks up and he's like, oh, hey, that's where I'm supposed to go. I was like, college education, huh?
I don't
So-
think.
So